What is up, guys? How's it going today? My name is Syratube, as I'm sure you already know, and welcome to the live stream working with 172 mil today on this lovely Sunday live stream. A lot of you are probably wondering, Syratube, where is all your money? I'm actually heavily invested into a flip right now, literally a billion plus GP, so that is why I only have 172 mil to work with today. But that's going to be an exciting change of pace today. We're going to see what we can do with 172 mil, and I'll show you guys how you can maximize your gain with a 172 mil cash stack. So before we waste too much time, let's just go ahead and get into it, set a couple of flips, and see how it goes for us. Anyway, guys, if you do enjoy the live stream, please leave a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy, so hopefully you do enjoy it. Now let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to start today with the Dragon Darts. The Dragon Darts are one of my they're not one of my favorite flips necessarily, but they tend to make a lot of profit for how fast they flip and just how much they cost, really. So you get a really good return on investment on these due to the speed and just the cost of the item. JD1938 says, "Good morning, good sir." Thank you, JD. Appreciate that. Pumpkin Face following it up, and he's saying, "What is up?" as well. Welcome, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. We're not working with as much GP today as you've probably already seen, and that is, of course, because I'm invested heavily into an Avernic, Defender flip. So I'm hoping that's going to go well. I think it will. It's starting to go back up in price, so that's got me pretty excited. And in the meantime, though, we're going to be working with this 172 mil cash stack that we have and getting as much money as possible and just extending that cash stack with all this amount that we have. It won't be as effective as if we had more money, but that being said, we got to do something, right? So we're going to keep flipping here and see how it goes for us. We have the red Chinchompas listed next. We're going to follow that up with the Zolver scales. These are one of my all-time favorites, like my true all-time favorites. They're just so easy to flip, and the quantity per every 4 hours is really high. And if you can get at least a 2 GP margin, just go ahead and flip the entire limit. They're super safe, super easy to flip. I'm going to go ahead and list 30,000 of them for 246 each, hoping to sell them for 248 each. It shouldn't be too hard to do. My nose is a little stuffed up today, guys, so I do apologize if you do hear me sniffling. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Now, we're going to do the Diamond Dragon Bolts E next. You guys probably recognize a lot of these flips. I tend to stay pretty consistent with the flips that I find are very good, and especially since we don't have as much money as we usually do, I want to make sure we hit a lot of these really great medium level, or I guess they are medium level items, quote unquote. They're more like medium cash stack items, so we're going to make sure we get all of them. Have you abandoned your CC? I haven't really abandoned it. I just bounce around in a lot of different CCs, and yeah, it's just how I make money and how I just kind of scope out the game, meet new people, and things like that. We've never really had a booming CC, to be honest. We used to have a CC that was somewhat crowded, but I've never been super into this CC. So apologies for that. We're more into our Discord group these days. If you guys do want to join us on Discord, there is a link in the description below. Most of you who are probably subscribed to the channel are already in the Discord group, but if you're not, you're missing out on a lot of free and really valuable flipping knowledge and flipping content that you can use to leverage with your cash stack and just make a ton of bank in RuneScape. So if you're interested in joining a flipping community with beginner flippers and experienced flippers, be sure to click the link in the description below. It's an amazing place to learn how to flip and find a lot of help. Jordy says, "Hi, not able to stay as I'm at work and in the car, but I just thought I'd drop in and help Streamlabs out and wish you luck on getting the dough. Can you hit the target of 1.5 mil profit on this stream?" It's actually looking pretty good so far, Jordy, and I've heard that markets are pretty good today, and they have been pretty good these past couple of days, so I'm assuming we're going to be able to get some pretty good profit today. So that's what I'm hoping for. Got my fingers crossed. We'll see what we can do, and yeah, we still have 61 mil to put into flips, so we're going to make sure we allocate that correctly. We're going to do the Blood Runes next, and we're going to follow that up with the Amulet of Fury. Now, these are going to be two really quick flips So we're just going to get them in and out really fast, get the profits off of them. We're not going to flip the Blood Rune though, because it's only a 1 GP margin. You guys know that if an item is a 1 GP margin, it's usually really not worth your time to flip it, even if it is a really quick flip. You want to be chasing things that are at least 2 GP profit for the most part. It depends on how high volume and how high quantity these items are. So we're going to go ahead and list a few of the Amulets of Fury. We'll go ahead and get as many as we can. Looks like the margin is going to be like 30k or a little bit less than 30k for all of the Furies. So we're going to go ahead and get a few of those going. That's actually a pretty good profit considering how fast I think they will flip. We still have 47 mil. Let's go ahead and do the Dragon Arrows next. And I think after the Dragon Arrows, we'll follow this up with the Berserker Ring, and that should get about all of our money working for us, and we can sit back, relax, commentate on our flips from that point on, and just make some bank. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream today. Please leave a like if you are. It really does help me out a lot. I know this was more of like, not really an unexpected stream, but I typically stream on Saturday, so this might be a little bit weird streaming on my off time on Sunday. Can you flip Goblin Mail next? Asks Mitchell Wolf. I won't be flipping any Goblin Mail today. Not quite the best profit, but I'll keep it in mind for next time. Thank you, Mitchell. $40 million GP left. Let's go ahead and do the Berserker Ring, and we'll see if we can get any good profits on this today. I'm hoping we will, and yeah, it should be fine. Let's take a look here. I do actually think a lot of the PVM, yeah, so we have a 22k margin on the Berserker Ring, which is actually usually, like, it's a little bit bigger than I usually get on the Berserker Ring. So I think it's because all of these boss updates coming out soon with Ashihama. It's going to be a big boss release, so a lot of the high-end PVM items are going upwards, and that is actually affecting the medium level PVM items as well. Sorry, commentary is a little bit sloppy today. I'll try to clean it up for you guys. But yes, it's affecting all the item prices. As you can see, every single item that we've kind of checked today, besides this high quantity stuff at the top, it has a really big margin. So happy to see that, and we'll see what we can do off of that today. We only have 172 mil, as I said, but we'll see what we can do. I already ran out of coffee, and we just started. That is a problem. That is a real problem. Anyway, I'd be curious, what are you guys flipping this weekend? A lot of the flips recently have been outstanding. All the posts in our Discord group under the good flips section, all the screenshots have been freaking fantastic. So great job, guys. Great job flipping. There's just been so much profit, I think, recently because of all this update hype. This tends to happen a lot, like month leading up to the update, a couple weeks leading up to the update. Margins get really crazy because there's just a lot of trading activity back and forth, and people are kind of unsure about the price of things due to the change in demand, and demand is changing so much during this period that margins just become insanely large. So we've seen, I don't know, like Pegasians have 80k margins consistently, which is not something you typically get on things like Primordials and Pegasians, and it's just a really good opportunity to flip both of them. What time does the Sarah Lube stream start, says David Wolf. Oh, there won't be any Sarah Lube stream on YouTube here, I'll tell you that, but that's the late night activity, I'll give you that. You should try Dragon Warhammers. I don't think we really have enough money pumpkin face to do the Dragon Warhammers. We can try, but it's going to take a lot of our cash stack today since we're only working with 172 mil. So I'm not entirely sure I do want to do the Dragon Warhammers. Maybe, but not yet. World of RS says, hey Syratube, isn't it crazy D-Claws went from 53 mil to 58 mil? The first time when I saw they were at 54 mil, I was surprised. Then it went to 56 mil, and at that point it will decrease. But no, the thing is 58 million GP. What is up, World of RS? Good to see you, man. Yes, it is crazy that the Dragon Claws have gone up so much. It's funny, though, because Stoof in our Discord group was like, hey, I think Dragon Claws are going to go up. And I was like, you're crazy. They're definitely not going up. They've been going down for the past, like, literally since release. So, them going up just a little bit like that is very, very, very crazy. Very happy with it. I'm glad people got in our Discord on that. But at the same time, like, it was totally unexpected, totally unpredictable. So, very, very crazy. Colin Targonsky says, why do you get so many dislikes on your recent video? That's a good question. I don't know why. I currently have 43 dislikes on my new video. It also has a lot of likes too, but it has more likes or more dislikes than likes, so I don't really know why it does have a lot of dislikes, because I'm getting a lot of positive comments on the video as well, so I'm not too sure. But either way, that just happens on YouTube sometimes. You just release a video and it gets crazy, and a lot of people come in, jump on, and dislike the video. So it's not the first time that I've had that happen. It actually happened on one of my other really high viewed videos, actually. So either way. Simple Sam says, hey, what's up, Simple Sam? Good to see you this morning. Thank you for stopping by, tuning into this live stream. Hopefully, these flips will help you out a little bit, teach you what you can flip with your own cash stack, and let me know what you're flipping with in old school RuneScape. How much money are you working with? I love to know. I love helping you guys out, recommending flips for you guys, and giving you flipping strategies so you can make bank as much as, well, I guess as much bank as I have made. I think I've made over 1 billion GP at this point just by flipping, just because I spend a lot of it, so. She can't imagine anyone leaving a dislike. She would never. Oh, well, that is very, very kind. Mr. Gaming says, bonds are starting to drop, as I predicted. I did say that bonds, what did I say? Who remembers what I said about bonds? I freaking called it. I said bonds are going to start dropping late January or February or early March. That's when they are at their lowest point. So I'm just glad I've been pushing that this whole entire time. It happens literally every year. Bonds always fall within this time frame. I don't know how much they will fall, but usually they fall at least a mil. So I would not be surprised to see bonds underneath 4 mil again sometime soon. JD says, I think people disliked your last video because OSRS won't be as forgiving on death. Well, that's the thing, is the game can no longer be as forgiving on death, because having an hour to get back to your stuff completely negates the risk factor that you should have when you're playing this game. So, if you go bossing or, I don't know, do anything risky within the game, you should be risking the stuff that you've brought with you, or else PVM isn't really PVM, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, every other game makes a risky, like, every time you do something like a dungeon or a boss, it's risky. It's supposed to be risky. So people are just going in and they're full, like, 10 bill setups and dying, and it doesn't matter. So I think things really need to be changed with that. And in return, it's actually going to affect the economy in a very positive light. So it's a really good benefit for the entire game. Before we get back to talking about the flips here real quick, we do have a question coming in from Colin Targonsky. He says, can you address the rumors about RuneScape devs selling gold for cash? I mean, it's a rumor, right? So nothing is confirmed. I don't think at this point that the rumor is as strong as it once was, you know, when it first came out, just because Jagex did remove the bounty hunter mode, so they did bring out the best moneymaker in the game for, you know, any level across the entire game. They did take it out for now, so I don't think they are selling gold. If they are, they're trying to hide it extremely well, so we'll see about that. Simple Sam says, I got my bonds at 4.9 and sold for 5.5 the other week. Very, very good, man. Do you have to pay the conversion fee on that? I wonder how much that costs you. Good to see you, Mr. Gaming Man. Thanks for stopping by as well. Anyway, let's catch up on the flips real quick. The dragon darts are almost filled up here. I haven't seen them move in a second, so we'll keep an eye on that. 8,770. This was the first flip we put in, followed by the red chinchampas. They're both seem to be doing fine. These overscales are selling off. Haven't sold too many yet, but you know how it is. We'll probably get those off in a second. On top of that, let's go ahead and take a look. Diamond Dragon Bolts E doing fine. All of our items are doing fine besides the Amulets of Fury. I'm not as confident on these. I'm going to leave it for another minute or so, and then we're going to go back and actually check it, because the Amulets of Fury should buy a lot faster than they currently are. So Mr. Gaming says, where is all of your GP? Don't worry, we have all of the GP. I'll show you guys actually where it is, because some of you are not with us on Discord, and you're missing out on what I'm investing in and what other players in our Discord group are investing in. So I currently have a very large investment here. I'll take it out just to show you guys the total value of the investment, and it's currently sitting at, let's take a look here, 931,619,808 GP. So that is quite a lot of money. I've been holding them for a while because I'm currently down on the investment myself, and that is why we don't have a lot of liquid capital to work with today. I would have sold it off and just taken the loss, but they started to go back up in price, so I don't want to like sell it too early and miss out on all the potential profits that could come my way. So that's why I'm only flipping with 172 mil today. We're working with it, and I'm actually happy to work with a smaller stack, just because I try new items that I don't usually flip. Like, when I have the 1 billion GP cash stack, I'm just flipping the craziest items in the game, like the most expensive things, and it's nice just to, like, you know, have a little bit less money and just test my, like, mid-level flipping skills. So, very happy with that, and we're just going to be doing it today. Auto sell on darts 3498. Someone is cutting. Yeah, it does look like we are getting undercut on that. Let's do a little bit of maintenance on here, and we'll see what we can do for that. And well, yeah, we'll just it looks like we're getting cut on the red chins as well. We'll turn around and switch that up to 1883 is what we'll sell for. Anyway, hopefully you guys are doing well today. Thank you for stopping by and checking out the live stream. If you are enjoying the live stream, please leave a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy, so hopefully you do enjoy it. And finally, if you are interested in learning how to flip, learning how to maximize your cash stack, and just make some bank off flipping in old school RuneScape, please check out our Discord group. I think you'll really like it. We have a lot of beginner flippers in there and experienced flippers in there who love talking about flipping and sharing their flips with other players and their strategies to make millions in the game. And I'm actually being serious. Like, a lot of people in this Discord group have messaged me privately and said that my Discord group has really helped them learn how to flip, and that the video tutorials as well have been very beneficial. So thank you guys for all the positive feedback recently. It's been amazing. We got a question coming in from John Vegas. He says, thoughts on investing in Twisted League rewards? Great question. So personally, the way I'm looking at it is, since they do plan on doing more Twisted League modes, like Jagex plans on implementing more, and they said that with the new Twisted League rewards points for like the next Twisted League, you can buy the old rewards. So since you can always buy the old rewards, I only think in the long run that they're actually going to go down in price. So the new rewards that are out, in my opinion, the investment is going to be way too hard to time, because between this Twisted League that just happened and the next Twisted League, we don't really know the time frame. So once we figure out when the next Twisted League is coming, we can kind of start estimating how long it's going to take between Twisted League seasons. And then once we know that, then we can make proper investments on top of our Twisted League items, because you're not going to be able to buy the Twisted League items during the season, right? So, or, I mean, you can if you have points left over, but most people will not be bringing any more of the Twisted League rewards into the game during that time period. So what you want to do is when that new Twisted League is kind of announced, it might be a good time to invest in the Twisted Horns or whatever Twisted League item you want. And then as, you know, the Twisted League mode gets hype, you want to sell it before the mode ends, because once it ends, people will also buy more of the old rewards as well. So it's kind of a hard timing thing. Maybe that would make a good video topic to talk about. We'll see that. Anyway, Kev Art says, hi, Sierra. What's up, Kev Art? Good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in today. Leave a like if you're enjoying. And, yeah, hopefully you are. Someone cut your blowpipes 2 GP as well. We're just going to turn around and honestly sell the blowpipes. We're already pretty good on that margin there. Looks like someone is flipping with us today and kind of giving us some undercutting. So it's not too nice, but I guess we have to deal with it. 4984 is what we'll sell for. Let it do its thing, and yeah, it should sell pretty quickly, and we'll let that go for a minute now. The Furies are coming in now, so I'm just not going to really touch them. We'll see what we can do here. Syratube, get onto the whip mix color 100% price hike. I don't want to do whip mix coloring investments or flips here, because it's not really a great item to flip in my opinion. It's a cosmetic item, so it's not, you know, doesn't really have a true use in a sense. I mean, it does have the use that if you die, it stays on your character as long as it's not in PvP. But on top of that, like, it's like a luxury good almost. You don't really need whip mix, so it's completely, it's not speculative, but it's unnecessary. It's not a flip, it's with Bounty Hunter down, they go up by 100%. Even so, like, I've been touching too many risky items recently. I'm just going to stick to the safe stuff. The safe stuff right now is also doing incredible because of the new Ashihama update that's coming in. So even the very basic stuff is doing perfect. Kevart says, I just flipped Tormented Bracelets with a decent margin. A lot of the Zenite jewelry right now is doing very, very well. I wish I didn't have, like, all my money locked up in this freaking flip. Oh, I thought I would have it sold off by now. But either way, that is kind of a downer for me because I'm missing out on a lot of great margins right now. And it just really is unfortunate. So, you know, you learn and you live and you learn, as they say. So, either way. We were able to flip those toxic blowpipes. Looks like we made a decent bit on those, what, with like 75k? So not too bad. 70 mil left to rework. Let's do the Archer's rings now, and after this we'll check the Berserker rings here because they haven't moved in a couple of minutes. So we're going to take a look at those and see what we can do, and I think we need to make a price adjustment on those, but I'm not entirely sure. The Archer's rings look pretty good though, so we're going to go ahead and flip a few of these. We'll go ahead and get 7 of them. It's going to cost us about 30 mil, and we'll turn around and sell the Berserker rings for 2721,995. I think that's what they were going for before, or a little bit above that. We're also going to cut back on the Diamond Dragon Balls E, just because we're so close to the limit on those, so we might as well just turn around and start selling. If we left it in any longer, we wouldn't really make a lot of additional profit, so 1556 is what we'll sell for. And we'll list that and let it do its thing. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in today. Hopefully you are enjoying the live stream. Please leave a like if you are. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy. So hopefully you do enjoy it. And on top of it all, join us in our Discord group. There is a link in the description below. It's an amazing place to learn how to flip with your cash stack, or really any amount of money in old school RuneScape, and just kind of learn how to build wealth past a 10 mil, 20 mil, 50 mil cash stack. Whatever your goal is, we can help you out. Just join there, ask questions, check it out. I think you'll like it a lot. Imagine if I held onto the scales and did not sell them for 238 mil. Yes, Kevart, of course it would have been better if you didn't do that, but at the same time, it's like, when you look back on it all, you don't know how far they're going to go up in price, right? So selling at 238 mil wasn't really a bad, or not 238 mil, 238 GP each wasn't really a bad call at all. Like, you would have only made 10 GP extra per Resolver scale at this point in time, which is a significant boost, but there's no guarantee that the price was going to get there, right? So when you see yourself in profits, in like the green territory, you gotta be careful holding on to it for too long because it could end up in a loss if you do get greedy. How much do you make off YouTube? Not a lot, I'll tell you that. Almost like, it's almost negligible in my life. Like, it's not a source of income for me in the slightest, really. Like, probably way less than you would guess. Watching your stream from my hotel balcony, fam. Dude, that's kind of sick. What's up, RJ? It's good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in today. I didn't think you would pop in today, to be honest, because I knew you were traveling, so I'm actually pretty surprised. My Dex and Bulwark question up. Oh, yeah, I did miss that. I did see it, though. World of RF says, I fear the Dexterous is going below 40 mil, and once that starts, it could reach even 30 mil soon, or do you have confidence we can still make money from it? I don't really know. Nothing recently has shown me that it will get down to 30 mil, but again, I don't really flip the Dexterous because I don't think it's a beneficial item to flip. It's a consumable that a lot of people have already used on their main accounts at this point, so it's not really an item I care about. I just stay away from it mostly. I have flipped it a few times recently, but I usually don't touch it. Bulwark is almost 4.8 mil, and I missed out on buying those. It will reach 5 mil, and all the profit is lost because I didn't stick on to holding them. That's fine, man. You know, I mean, there's the thing is, like, I think what a lot of you guys don't understand, or what you're not seeing, is a lot of these investments, once you're in, like, green territory, like, if you're up 100k per item on an investment, that's a good gain. So it doesn't really matter if you sell and if you sell too early, yes, it sucks because you could have made more money, but it's so easy to look back on your investment and be like, oh, I could have made more. So when you look at it afterwards, it's way easier to see it because all the data is there. So in the moment, you just don't know. So don't be discouraged if you lose a lot of money on, like, an investment. Not lose a lot of money, but if you miss out on, like, a lot of potential profit, because that profit is not guaranteed past a certain point. So you just have to understand, like, when you go into your investment, you're like, this is what I'm buying for, this is what I'm selling for, and if it drops to this price below, I'm selling off and just counting the loss. You have to come in to these investments with predetermined price points, because if you don't, you will either lose a lot of money or lose a lot of money. So, in my opinion, that's just my opinion. You heard about the coronavirus. Yes, I have heard about that. I think that, I don't know how you actually say it. I call it the coronavirus, but yes, I have heard about it, and I hope it doesn't come to my city. I'll tell you that. Kevart says, I got scared because I had 330k scales, and there were 241, and I got scared because they all dropped down. But yeah, still happy with a 30 to 40 GP each profit. Yeah, that's still really good, dude. 30, think about that, 30 GP for every Zulrah scale, and you had 330k scales. That's a lot of profit, man. I would not be discouraged about that. Anyway, did I throw you guys off today with the stream? I think because I usually stream on Saturday, but we had the video upload yesterday in place because I knew that I wouldn't actually be able to live stream. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in today. I know it's not the typical stream time, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We have 55 mil here to work with. Let's go ahead, we'll put this into a flip. I'm going to do prayer potions, actually, because prayer potions have gone up a lot in price recently, and usually when an item goes up crazy fast in price, the margins are pretty good since the item is quite volatile. So we'll take a look and see if we can make any good profits on the prayer potions here. Nothing crazy today, but we'll go ahead and flip the full limit of those. We'll sit there, let them do their thing. We have 31 mil left over, so we'll have to keep a close eye on that. I'm hoping we fill up, or not fill up, we clean up another slot here sometime soon. That way we can make more profit. We might be getting overcut on the archer's rings already, so we're going to go and do another listing on those. 4304, 005, and we'll get 6 of those, or 5 of them coming in, and yeah, we'll get more profit there. World of RS says, the thing that I used to day trade bulwarks for 3.9 mil to 4.2 mil, and then when I started day trading it, now it's bad because I lost the chance for when it was hype, and Asihama comes out, it's only up because of the hype, so I'm unsure if I should buy a lot for 4.5 mil and day trade them for 4.7 mil, or do I hold them in case they go over 5 mil? That's a good question. In my opinion, like, they haven't given a use to the bulwark in PVM really at all. I mean, besides like wilderness tanking, that's really the only thing I can think of. So in my opinion, since the bulwark came out in 2016 and it still doesn't have a true defined PVM use, it's really not worth holding on to the item and hoping that the item will get a use, because if it was going to get a use, I feel like it would have gotten it already. And I used to think that, yes, buy the bulwark because, you know, it's going to get a use eventually, so you can just sell it off. And that might be the case, but you could be waiting like years for that to happen. So in my opinion, it's just better to day flip or just put your money into other investments that seem to have like better return on investments, if that makes sense, because for every bulwark you're buying, it's going to cost you like, what is it now, 4.5 mil at this point, so it's going to be quite expensive. Anyway, we have 42 million GP left. We can do, let's do the Amethyst Crystal. It's not going to run us for the complete 42 mil, but it's just a really easy flip to do. Really great profits on the Amethyst Crystal as well. And the quantity is quite a high limit too. I think they're 11,000 every 4 hours, so we're going to be able to get a good bit of profit off that. Go ahead and list the full limit of those and see how we can do on them. When do you think Dynamite is going up? It's crazy to see it is at 250, which is the lowest ever, I think. No idea when Dynamite's going to go up. It's an impossible prediction, really. It's going to depend on if they nerf Volcano or not. So, Volcano is likely going to get nerfed pretty soon, but I think they're focusing on the Asihama update first. I would not... The soonest I would guess they would nerf Volcano is, like end of March. That's like the soonest I would think they'll nerf it. Just because there's a lot of update stuff going on right now, and I think they want to focus on that first, and, you know, fixing the kinks and that. And once they get that, then I think they'll nerf Volcano. So that's just a guess. Is early March at the soonest, and at the latest, I would think like late July they would nerf Volcano, because they know Volcano is a big problem. I mean, it's really obvious if you look at all the prices of the ores coming into the game. Then you can easily see Volcano is in a very, very bad spot, and it's really hurting the game's economy. Anyway, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream today. Leave a like if you are. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy. So hopefully you do enjoy it. And of course, on top of it all, you can join us on Discord if you are interested in learning how to flip with any amount of cash. We have a lot of beginner flippers in there and experienced flippers in there that can help you learn how to flip in old school RuneScape. So check it out if you're interested. We'd love to have you there. Mr. Gaming says a mod left this week. Really? We lost another one? I wonder who left. You know what's crazy actually is a lot of the mods on the live streams look like they're completely different mods than we're used to seeing. So something makes me think that Jagex might have fired a lot of people, unfortunately. Or just a lot of people are leaving due to, I don't know, something. But either way, there's a lot of new people on the team, and it's not concerning, but it's like I'm questioning the kind of questioning the authenticity of the company. So we'll see, you know, what kind of direction we go. Luckily, the art styles and the mechanics stay the same, and apparently we're getting a new combat mechanic which has never been seen in the game before in Ashihama, which I guess is exciting. It's definitely exciting, but I'm just a little scared. And the only reason I'm a little scared is I think the OSRS integrity is starting to get lost a little bit, and we're moving more towards a RuneScape 3 style game. Personally, that's what I'm seeing with these updates. The old school RuneScape graphic style is still there, but the mechanics are becoming very RuneScape 3 like. So we just got to keep an eye on that. I'm hoping Jagex, you know, does more polling, and the OSRS community can try to keep the integrity of the game a little bit. That being said, I do a lot of flipping and money making in old school RuneScape, so maybe I'm not the best person to beg for old school, you know, like game mechanics and styles. So you know how it is. But anyway, Reinert says, watching your streams makes me want to get back into old school RuneScape. Dude, you freaking should, man. It's a great game. It's honestly, you know, the thing I like about RuneScape is you can invest as much time into it as you want. If you invest a lot of time, you know, you'll progress a lot faster. But if you only want to play an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, you can do that. I just think that for a lot of people, it's hard to play that little. So yeah, they get addicted to it, and you can play as long as you want every day, and that's what makes the game really appealing. They also have the mobile version, which is very nice. So yeah, we're just talking about that is fantastic. Try planks out, highly recommend it, says Josh Turner. Oh, we should try the mahogany planks at some point, because that is actually a pretty good flip with our cash stack. So we're going to go ahead and sell these chins for 1,880, just because they haven't been selling. The Amulets of Fury are being a little rough here too. We'll do a 1,999, 995, 996, that's fine. And then we'll let that do its thing. Hopefully they sell pretty quick. The Archer's Rings aren't really buying up either, so we're going to turn around and sell the ones that we do have. 4,325,000. 995. Let it do its thing. 18 people in here. What's up, everyone? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully you are enjoying the live stream. Leave a like if you are. And of course, if you guys have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything like that, let me know. I'd love to help you out. 12,435 is what we'll do. Should sell pretty quick. Mr. Luke says, what's up, my dude? Good to see you, Mr. Luke. Thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully you are enjoying the stream, and if you are, let me know. And cut the Archer's Rings, in my opinion. Yeah, I that's what I thought too, Josh. I was like, the Archer's Rings aren't really doing anything. We should probably cut back on those. Mod Matt K left? Yeah, I thought he left a while ago. Mod Ghost recently left. Dude, that's a big L. He was one of the art guys, right? I'm pretty sure Mod Ghost was on the art team. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he was on the art team. So if he was, like, that's a big L, to be quite honest. Crunching my ice, in case you heard that. I really like eating ice. I don't know why. It's like an ice barrage in my mouth. A lot of these flips got stagnant. I don't really know what the deal with this is. We're going to turn around and sell these Dragon Darts for 3,490. Anyway. Zach coming in with a great question asking, how do you find flipping on stream compared to off stream? people could just undercut your offers. Yes, Zach, actually, this happens all the time. Every time I'm streaming, people usually undercut and overcut me, and it's harder for me to flip. That being said, that's why I always stick to high volume, high quantity items, because even if people compete with me on pricing, I can still, you know, buy out quantities of items and still make money on my flips. I can't really flip items like that are, you know, low traded items with high margins. They don't really work on stream because, yeah, then people can overcut me, undercut me, and really take advantage of my price listings. But that being said, I do like flipping off stream way more because I make way more money. These live streams are more so for you guys to ask questions, learn how to flip with your cash stacks. You know, I just like showcasing great flips for different kind of cash stacks and things like that. And these streams are to help you guys learn. So these streams have never really been for profit at the end of the day. The profit is just a bonus on top of it all, but they're pretty much to be used as like a guide for you guys to show you how to flip. Flip sites on stream, please. Yeah, no thanks. What feeling overwhelm you when you hear the words mod Jed? Scamming, that's what comes to my head when I hear that. But Devin Roth says, tips for flipping with 280 mil. I've been doing a lot of high volume items, but I need some high margin items. 280 mil, that is a pretty good amount to work with, so congrats on building your stack up to there. Let me put in one more flip here, and then I will help you answer your question on what you should be flipping with 280 mil. Now, we'll do some of the Amulets of Torture, although we don't have that much money to flip them. So let's go ahead and put a few of these in. And to start, Devin Roth, this would be a great flip for you to try. The Amulets of Torture, also the Necklaces of Anguish, good margin on those right now, are also going to be a really good flip. So those are two really great flips to do with a 280 mil cash stack. On top of that, I would recommend, hold on, let's get 4 of those going. I would also recommend flipping, let's see, 280 mil, like Bandos chestplates, Bandos tassets are also going to be pretty good with 280 mil. Archer's rings, Berserker rings are going to be great too. Let me think of some other things that you can do with that amount. Red Chinchampas are great, black Chinchampas. Just because they're high quantity items doesn't mean they're necessarily bad flips. 16,420 is what we're going to sell for. 16,420, 9 and 5. You can do Zamorak Hostas, Zamorak Spears are also going to be doing very well for you, Devin Roth. Maybe Claws, says Kevin Art. I don't like flipping Claws, and I think they're going to be too expensive for you to flip with a 280 mil stack. Personally, it's just a little too much risk. You could also flip Barrow sets, so like Guthan's armor sets, Darok's armor sets, Carol's leather tops, Carol's leather skirts, Aram's pieces, so Aram's chests, Aram's robes, things like that. Those will be good with a 280 mil stack. What am I missing? 280 mil stack. Dragon arrows, diamond dragon bolts, dragon darts, also very good with a 280 mil stack. Hopefully that's kind of making sense, Devin. But let me know if you need more items. That's just off the top of my head what I can think of. Join the Discord, Devin. I'll give you a list. Also, yeah, thank you, Vindes. Appreciate that. What's the most expensive item you flipped on stream? I think it's the Grazi has been the most expensive I flipped on stream. Ancestral is good too, Kevart, but again, too expensive for a 280 mil stack in my opinion. You could flip the Ancestral hats, but I wouldn't do the chest piece or the legs. Radar Seeds, another great suggestion. Thank you, Josh Turner. I flipped Claws this morning for 2.4 mil profit with 300 mil. Wow, JD, that is freaking insane, man. Congrats on that, bro. I personally, like, when I give you guys recommendations, they're my personal recommendations that go along with my flipping style and align with my flipping risk that I'm willing to take. So some of my recommendations might not apply to everybody. So that should always be kept in mind when you do take recommendations from me, or really anybody in this game for that matter. So looks like we were able to flip those Amulets of Torture. They actually made bank. We made, what, 220k for those? So we're going to do a few more, actually, because those went really, really quick. That's why I love flipping the Amulets of Torture. They flip so fast, and we're starting to sell the Furies as well. So things are really looking up for us here. Let's go ahead and do some Dragon Pickaxes. We're probably going to list 5 at a time. I'm hoping the margin on them is going to be good today. They tend to be pretty good flips. It depends on the time of day, really. Dude, that's going to be bank. Hold on. That's going to be straight bank if we can get that. Let's take a look here and see. We'll get 6 of them going and try to flip 6 of them. It should make us really good money. PPYXD says, what's a good cheap flip? Because I only have 500k GP. PP, it's kind of funny to say. PP, if you only have 500k, I would not recommend flipping in old school RuneScape quite yet. To start, you will need probably at least 5 million GP, so I would recommend doing the best moneymaker you have currently available to you until you have enough money to, you know, saved up, such as like 5 mil or so, and then trying to learn how to flip from there, because you can flip with 500k, but it's not going to be very effective, and it's not going to make you a lot of GP per hour. So it's a lot easier to learn how to flip if you start with a 5 mil base or a 10 mil base. I personally like recommending 10 mil, but we've come to the conclusion that 5 mil is also optimal. Yeah, you can flip runes, but again, probably not going to be really worth your time with 500k. Just to be quite honest, it'd be easier if you had a little bit more. I had a dream where I looked up in the sky and saw your face in the shape of a cloud, and it was floating, and then you said, "I'm just exchanging items," and Syratube and tears fell out from the sky as rain. You got some weird dreams, dude. I shouldn't be in your dreams. That's odd. But okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the stream today, please leave a like. Really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy. So hopefully you do enjoy it. Let's check those blood runes again. See if we can get lucky flipping those. I love flipping blood runes. Just such a quick flip. 10 mil minimum for sure, or we say 5 mil. You can learn with 5 mil too, but 10 mil is definitely the easiest starting point that we've determined. That is not too unrealistic. Anyway, what are you guys flipping today? What have you been flipping? Because this Aussie Hama update has made items insanely profitable, so margins have been going bonkers on a lot of high-end PVM items. So I'm interested in some of you, more experienced flippers, more wealthy players. How much money have you been making? Because someone said, I think it was JD, said he flipped Dragon Claws this morning for 2.4 mil. That's freaking insane, man. 41 mil here. Let's go ahead and put that towards something. We're going to do the Toxic Staff, actually. I haven't flipped this one in a minute, but since we do have a little bit of money, we should be able to flip a few of them. Not a great margin on those, to be quite honest. We'll stay away from that. We'll do the Trident. Take a look at that. Uncharged Toxic Trident. That's actually what I meant to flip, but I just missed out on it for whatever reason. Oh yeah, the margin on those is much, much better. Very happy with that. So we're going to go ahead and flip a few of these. Should be making about 60k for every one we're able to flip. Can we do 5 of them? No, we can do 4 though. Yeah, we'll do 4 of them and let that sit for a minute. 21 people in here today watching the stream. Thank you all for tuning in. Really means a lot. If you are enjoying the stream, leave a like. Really does help me out a lot as well. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy. So hopefully you do enjoy it. On top of it all, we have a Discord group. There is a link in the description below to join that. It is a Discord for people who are passionate about flipping in old school RuneScape. Whether you're trying to learn how to flip or if you already know how to flip and you're just trying to get better at it, the Discord is the place for you. We have a lot of people of varying skill levels in there with various different kinds of cash stacks, and we basically just help each other learn how to flip and share flipping strategies and flipping tips among each other. So if you're interested in joining that, there is a link in the description below. Check that out. That's enough about that. D-Pick is 5.7 mil right now. Is that a sign that Volcano will be getting nerfed? The thing was only 5.9 mil yesterday, I swear. Could be fear that it's going to get nerfed, but, I mean, it's definitely not a sign that it'll get nerfed, right? So it could be people fearing. It also could just be that Dragon Pickaxes got to a pretty high price recently, right? They went up a lot in price. I think they were sitting at about 6.2, 6.4 mil at some point. So it could just be a massive dump of the item coming back down. People realizing that, hey, this thing's maybe not worth 6 mil. It's kind of hard to predict. Don't know exactly why it's going back down, but either way. Take a look at our flips. Amulets of Torture, they're just not coming in anymore. I think we made our money off of that. We should probably stay away from it. I will do one more quick listing on it, though. We'll knock it up about 2k, and we'll see if we can get another, like, I don't know how much we make on that, 220k, I think. We'll see if we can get another 620k, but I'm not too confident. I think it went back up, so I'll knock it up, like, yeah, 3k more, and we'll see how that works out for us. Zen says, what's up, Zen? I don't think I've seen you around here before, so welcome to the live stream. Really do appreciate you asking me a question here. And he says, do you think the Onyx are worth investing in with talks of the Volcano nerf? I thought the Ornate handle will still rise. The Ornate handle is kind of in a weird spot since Bounty Hunter got removed from the game, and we don't know exactly what's going to happen in the future with it. So any investment in any like Bounty Hunter items right now is completely speculative. Don't expect to make a bunch of money on it, but just because you could lose a lot of money too, but you could also make bank. So either way, on top of that though, let's talk about the Onyx investment for the Volcano nerf. Yes, I do think Onyx are a really good investment with the Volcano nerf on the horizon, but that being said, with that Volcano nerf, we don't know when that Volcano nerf is coming. So if you buy like 1,000 Onyx gems or whatnot, you could be waiting like months for the nerf to come in, because we still don't know when it's coming. So I'm pretty confident that they will nerf Volcano. They haven't made a statement on it, but I'm pretty confident they will. At the same time though, we don't know when it's coming, so you could have like millions and billions of GP locked up for like months. So just be careful when you're thinking about investing that much money into an item that you're not sure when the update or the nerf will come out. Tristan says, how are you only flipping with 172 mil, or you got the other stuff invested? I have a huge investment. I'll show it off again for those arriving late. I have a huge Avernick Defender Hilt investment, which has 931 million of my GP locked up right now. So usually I would just sell it and flip with it on stream, but I was kind of feeling flipping with a smaller stack today, only working with 172 mil, and it's been going fine so far. Because I also like flipping with different amounts of cash, because it shows you guys how you can actually use, you know, 100 mil or 200 mil to actually flip in this game, instead of seeing me flip with like 1 bill all the time. So World of RS says, I just scrolled up to see that Economy was the first person ever to message in the announcements section of the Discord. He really must be the one of the earlier mods, huh? Or is it Alharith? Alharith has been here longer than Economy, I believe, but Economy was a moderator around the same time, if not before Harith was, I believe. And I almost forgot, Dexter's Prayer Scrolls are nice. Yeah, they are nice, but at the same time, I do not like flipping the Dexter's Prayer Scrolls, and the reason I don't like doing it is because they are a one-time consumable item. So once you consume them, you never need to get another one on your account. So there's just, in my opinion, I don't see a lot of demand for that, and that's why I think over time the Dexter's Prayer Scroll has just gone down in price, as well as the Arcane Prayer Scroll. They've just kind of sunk in price over time, because once you unlock something on your account with that thing, you don't need it anymore, right? You only need to get the prayer once. So I don't know, kind of interesting. Just my opinion on it. Maul has gone up as well, 4 mil. Yeah, the Elder Maul has been crazy with the price movements, which I did not expect at all. I don't know why it's going up so much. It must be because of the new boss, but oh, because they did show an Elder Maul on that stream, didn't they? So anyway, you're encouraging me to dump my Dex's Syrah and move on to another item. How much money have you lost on the Dexterous? Because if you have invested with a timeline and you know when you're originally going to sell it, then you have it all calculated out, and don't sell yourself short, and don't, you know, preemptively sell your investment. But if you didn't do that and you're just kind of confused about it, then yeah, I mean, you could. It's really up to you. I know World of RS, I know you know how to flip, so you probably have better judgment on that and better insight than you could ever give me. So Wyatt says, what client are you using? What's up, Wyatt? I don't think I've seen you around here before, so welcome to the live streams, man. Thanks for tuning in. And he says, what client are you using? I'm using RuneLite. I always use RuneLite. It's my favorite client to use for flipping and just in the game in general. I think it's really useful. So if you don't use RuneLite, I highly recommend it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and flip some rune darts. That should be easy. Got about another, 18 mil here. We'll check out the rune darts and see how we can do with these. Thanks, no problem, Wyatt. Hopefully you are enjoying the stream, and if you are, be sure to drop a like, man. 18 mil, we didn't do like sharks or anything that are like a lot simpler, so we'll be sure to hit on those simple consumable items today. We did do prayer potions, but even those are like not the most straightforward item all the time, so we'll go ahead and do a couple of sharks here and see how that works out for us. Flip the limit of those, and we'll do monkfish as well. Monkfish are another one of my favorite flips. Monkfish back in the day, like when I had a low cash tech, like early on in the YouTube career, when I was working with like 10 mil to 50 mil cash techs every stream, the monkfish were my go-to items. I think a few of you will remember that, some of the longer term fans here on the channel, but I always used to flip monkfish because they just would have like between 2 to 4 GP margins every single stream, and I really liked that because I didn't have that much money to work with at the time. Thoughts on Twisted Horns? Made 400k on them on yesterday, but if it's a discontinued item or how that works. So Jagex specifically stated that they will not be discontinuing any items that are currently added into the game at this point. So no item is going to ever become like a party hat or, you know, like a super rare, you know, low quantity item ever in the game again. So I actually originally, Zen, I thought the same thing. I was like, well, Twisted Horns have to be a good investment because you're not going to be able to buy them later on. But that is not the case. So with Twisted League points from new Twisted Leagues or future Twisted Leagues, with those new points, you will be able to buy the old rewards as well. So in the long run, Horns I don't think will hold a high price point. That being said, they could. But I think during the times of the actual Twisted League, you could see a decent value on the Horns until the end of the league, and then more will come into the game, and it's kind of going to be a cycle of supply and demand throughout that time. So if you time it right, you can probably make good money on the Twisted Horns, but it's not going to be easy, and up to this point in time, we don't know how far the time length between Twisted Leagues are, so just keep that in mind. In my opinion, it's safer to hold off for now and try to go in on the investment later, and just when we learn the timeline of how sort of the new Twisted Leagues come in, how long Jagex wants to take in between those time frames. My guess is going to be a few months, so probably not worth it yet, but hopefully that makes sense. My train of thought got a little scattered there. Sorry about that, guys. We still have 4.6 mil. Just do some adamant dart flips. Super easy flip. One of my favorite flips. Adamant darts are, if you're flipping with 5 mil, adamant darts, trust me, great flip. Hey everyone, says Flippin' to Max. Good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in today. You always make a presence on the stream, so appreciate that a bunch. So how are you doing today, Flippin'? Hopefully you're doing well. Are you making bank here recently? Because a lot of the items here have been going insane with this new Ashihama update on the horizon, so I would not be surprised if you've made some good money. World of RS says, the second reason Dragon Warhammer is going up is because when they showcased Ashihama Arena, there were NPCs wearing Dragon Warhammers, except the handles were really long. Do I agree? I mean, I'm sure you will probably need the Dragon Warhammer for the Ashihama fight. That would not surprise me at all, considering that, hey, every boss basically in this game is, you know, weak to the Dragon Warhammer, right? So, and also the special on the Dragon Warhammer is really, really strong. I mean, lowering the defense of a boss is incredibly beneficial as far as PVM kills per hour goes. So, yeah, I would not be shocked at all if the Dragon Warhammer is going to be needed. In my opinion, here's the things we know about Ashihama right now that are pretty much guaranteed. I'm not going to say I'm going to say that are highly, highly likely. Not going to say guaranteed, because that kind of gives people the wrong perception, and of course, this is just my opinion, but right now, we know that the Scythe is likely going to be the best in slot melee weapon for Ashihama. Even if Crush is better to use against him, I do think that the Scythe will still be better overall, because, hey, the Scythe hits multiple times, and if the target is bigger than 5x5, or not bigger than 5x5. I don't know how big it has to be, but I know Ashihama is the right size to where the Scythe is the best item to use. So I guarantee that these. I gotta stop saying guaranteed. I do strongly believe that the Scythe is going to be needed. I also believe the Twisted Bow is going to be needed because they mention that the boss will have phases, and if the boss has phases, there's no way that all of them are melee. That, in my personal opinion, Jagex is definitely going to build something that's a little more insightful and exciting than just one melee phase, one melee phase the entire time. And they mentioned it has multiple phases, so I bet the Twisted Bow is going to be needed as well. And the last thing that we know is likely going to be needed is crush weapons, such as a Dragon Warhammer. I'm pretty sure that's going to be needed, like 95% confidence in that. And they did show the Elder Maul on stream, whether that was just to throw people off, or just to show that, hey, this thing's going to be weak to crush. I think that is more likely what they were doing. And yeah, so I do think that I do think the boss is going to be weak to crush personally, but at the same time, I do think the scythe is still going to be better. If the twisted bow will be needed, that means deck scrolls too. Agree? I mean, yes, but no. I mean, yes and no, because a lot of people already have the Dexterous Prayer Scrolls, World of RS. So a lot of people already have Rigor, and when this update comes out, it doesn't mean they're gonna just go buy Rigor again because they already have it. So just like, you have to think about it. Chambers of Xerix has been out since 2016. So Rigor has been out since 2016. So a lot of these main accounts that will be doing Ashihama, they have already had Rigor for a long time. I mean, it's only really new accounts that are made, like PKer accounts, like PvP accounts, that will need to get Rigor at this point, unless someone's bringing their account up to max, or they just could afford Rigor. You just have to put into perspective that demand for Rigor now is like 10 times less than it was in 2016, 2017. So in theory, yes, it would go up, but I think people already have their, prayers unlocked, so. Anyway, we're going to cut back on a few flips here. We're going to cut back on the Dragon Pickaxe here. It looks like we got overcut on that. So we'll turn around and sell it for 5,842,000. 5842. 995. List that. Let it do its thing. Should sell pretty quick if I had to guess. We have 3 of the uncharged Toxic Tridents as well. So we're going to turn around and sell those as well. We'll do 9,468,000. Wait, what did I say? I think I did 9468. Okay. It's funny. I read those off and then I forget what I want to list them for. So we got those going. We'll leave the Adamant Darts for a little bit here. The Amulets of Torture are not really going to work out too well for us. We're going to leave that slot empty for now. The Sharks also not really working, so we'll cut back on those. We'll just dump the ones we have. Doesn't really matter. And we still made 1 GP on them, so that's quite nice. I guess we'll list them again. And besides that, we'll do the Amethyst Crystals. I think they were going for 1,200 each, right? I actually don't remember. 1,201, so we'll do 1,999. Should be fine. Should make us a little bit of good profit there. And we still have 91 mil sitting here, but I'm going to leave that for now. Anyway, hopefully you guys are enjoying the live stream. Please leave a like if you are. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy, so hopefully you do enjoy it. On top of it all, we have a flipping Discord group. There is a link in the description below for that if you are interested in joining. We talk about a lot of flipping tips and flipping strategies, and we just teach people how to flip any amount of GP in that Discord group. So if you're interested in joining that, we'd love to have you. There's a link in the description below, and of course you can always check it out and leave if it's not your kind of style. So be sure to do that, and we'd love to have you in there. Will raids items be in deficit after months of people camping Ashihama because people don't do raids anymore, or do you think people will still do raids despite Ashihama being there for us? Good question. People will definitely do Ashihama for a while, for like a couple months, which will bring down the price of, or excuse me, will bring down the amount of items coming into the game from raids 1 and raids 2. So in my opinion, what's going to happen is, leading up to the update, prices of a lot of these high-end PVM items are going to go up a lot. Right as about when they come out, they're going to crash, like a good amount. They're going to crash because they're overvalued and they're overhyped before the update comes out. I mean, this is clockwork, guys. If this happens every single update, so if you haven't experienced this before, just listen up. Items going up prior to these big updates, like raids 1, raids 2, and I'm sure Ashihama is the very same exact way. They get really hyped up and people invest in them and people buy in because they want these items to raid with. Now, or to just do the new content with. So when the new content actually drops, since they're so high in value, they actually drop down to where they normally are valued because so many people are just getting on this hype. So as soon, literally that day that, watch, just if you don't believe me, look at item prices the day that Ashihama comes out. All of the high-end PVM and PvP, or not PvP, but all of these high-end PVM items within the first day will crash a significant amount. On top of this, they will start to go back up in price because people are going to be doing the new content. So items like Ancestral and really anything else they're not going to be coming into the game as much as people are doing the new content. So yes, it will affect the prices, especially since people are doing Ashihama instead of doing other areas of content in the game, but that'll only last for about 3 months max. Like, that's the maximum time that's going to last. Anyway, we're going to leave a couple of these offers in here. We're going to put this 435. We'll list that, let it do its thing there, and we're going to cut back on the adamant darts as well. But we will be wrapping up the stream here today, guys. I'm hoping you did enjoy it. We're just going for a quick hour today. We will have another upload this week for you guys, though, so hopefully you do enjoy that. The new video, if you haven't seen it already, I talk about the new death mechanics in old school RuneScape and how it's actually going to make every single player in the entire game richer. So if you are interested in seeing that, go check out the video. It's on my channel. I don't have a link to it right now, but you should be able to find it. It's good to see you as well, Wild Muffin. Really like you hopping by, stopping by, saying hi with that cute icon in your picture. But anyway, man, we are going to be wrapping up the stream here today. Thank you guys all for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. Leave a like if you did enjoy the stream, and of course, if you want to join us in on our Discord group, there's a link in the description below. This is a place to learn how to flip with your cash tag, whether you're a beginner flipper or an experienced flipper. We'd love to have you tune into there. I share a lot of my own personal flips in there and my flipping tips and strategies as well, so I'd really love for you to check that out. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you all next time.